Welcome to my channel. If you are new for the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I post new videos regarding the object-oriented programming. In today's lesson, we're going to cover data types in Java. We will see variable declaration and utilization in Java programming. We will see the identifiers in Java program. And we're going to write a sample Java program together, and we're going to have self-check exercise at the end of this video, so stay with me till the end of the video. So variable in programming is named memory location, named with identifier, or we can express them the name of variable or the name of class in Java programming. Java defines 8 simple types of data: byte, short, int, long, float, double, and boolean. This can be categorized in 4 groups. For example, integer, this include byte, short, int, long, and which are for whole value signed number. So if you have whole value signed number, we're going to use this integer data type with declaring with int. The other would have floating point number. This group includes float and double, which represent numbers with fractional precision. So if we are just expecting certain value, which we're going to have certain fractional precision, we are suggested to use the floating point numbers. So we're going to use the keyword float. The other character, this group includes char, which represent symbols in characters like letters and numbers. For example, we may have a certain program which calculate the grade of a certain course. So we may declare that later grade with char. So we're going to use characters for like letters and numbers. The other string, if we have a contiguous set of letters, so we're going to use a string. So it contains a collection of characters surrounded by double quotes, where a character is surrounded by a single quote. Boolean, it is a special type for representing a true or false value. So we're going to have either true value or false value. Actually, this may be used for certain conditions to check certain condition is true or false. The other, lazy identifiers. They are used for class names, method names, and variable names. So they can be any descriptive sequence of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and underscore and $sign characters. There is a rule so as to use identifier. Identifier cannot start with number. We cannot use hyphen. So we cannot use the backward slash and forward slash. So we have to use the valid identifier for class name, for method names, and for variable names. Literals, they are a constant value in Java is created by using a literal representation. So at the time of declaration, we may assign a value for that constant value, 100, 3.96, F for floating, A plus for string, yes for string. The other comments, they are never executed during program execution. They can be single line and multi-line comments. They are used to offer certain information that the reader of to the reader of program. Right here, we can use a single line comment, or we can use a multi-line comment. This comment are descriptive text that will never be executed by a compiler, but they offer additional information to the reader, not only for the reader but also for the programmer. So as to obtain, so as to have single line comment, we will going to use the forward slash to forward slash. If you don't have certain multi-line comments or multi-line comments, we can use forward slash with asterisks, and we're going to use forward slash and the asterisk and the forward slash. So we're going to use a delimiter actually. Let's see Java keywords. Keywords are reserved words that cannot be used as identifier in Java program. It means this keyword cannot be used as a class name, cannot be used as a method name, and they cannot be used as a variable name, whether it is a local variable or instance variable. So this keyword cannot be used as a method name, a variable name, and a class name in Java programming. So let's see variable declaration. The main thing which differentiates Java variable declaration from C++ variable declaration is that the addition of the access modifier before data type. In case of C++, we're going to data type and we're going to put the variable name. Right here, we don't have access modifier and we don't have data type and we don't have a variable name, right? So access modifier, data type, and variable name. So let's see this class. We don't have access modifier. We don't have a class keyword. And we don't have addition. Since we create a class, that means we are just providing user-defined data type. Right here, we have two variables, two integer variables, a and b. Public text modifier, int is a data type, which means integer. A is a variable name, this is the value. So I'm just declaring a variable a and initializing a value 34 right here. The second one is the same. The variable name is b and 45 is assigned. And we don't have a main matrix. This is the starting point of program execution in Java programming. And we don't have three variables right here. The difference between two variables right here and these three variables right here are, these are the instance variables. So to access them in the main method, we do have to instantiate an object of class addition. That's why we call them instance variable, because we're going to access them through the instance of the class on which is the object. So we're going to access object name dot a, object name dot b. Right here, these are the local variable. They are local for this main method. So you don't have to instantiate an object to access x, y, and z. We have declared x right here. We don't have any access modifier. We don't have to use, because whether we add any access modifier or not, they cannot be accessed outside this main method since they are local variable for this main method. So we don't have x, 67 is assigned. We don't have y, 89, and we don't have variable c. And we assign the sum of a plus b to the variable, and we don't have standard output system.out.println. Sum is C will be displayed. This is the Eclipse ID. So right here, I can create a certain Java main class right here. So right click, new, then I click class. I will provide class name right here. Let me use sum. Let me include the main method right here. So here is the class inside the package ETO Java Lab. So right here, I can be able to create an instance variable and a local variable at the same time. So let me declare a variable public int a, and let me assign a value. Let me assign a value 56 public. Let me copy this one. And s a plus b. These are local, these are instance variables. These are instance variables. Right here, let me create a local variable int a 9 int b 5 int mel assignment operator a asterisk b, a times b, seesaw, control space. The sum is I mean the product. The product is, and let me display the value right here, mat, and let me try to access the instance variable without using an object right here. As it showed me an error. Cannot make static reference to the non-static field, which means if this field S is static, we can be able to access them without instantiating an object. If they are non-static, we don't have to create an instance of the class, which means an instance of them. So let me show you with creating a certain object right here. So to create an object, we're going to invoke the constructor. So first, we're going to use the class name sum. Then object name, let me use x1, new keyword, and we're going to call the default constructor right here because I didn't define a constructor right here. So right here, I have created an object named x1, so I can be able to display the sum. The sum is, then x1 dot. So I will going to get A, B, and S. So I will select S. So let me save it and let me run this program. The product is 45. 9 times 5. The product is 112. 56 plus 50. This is all about how to declare an instance variable right here outside the main method and local variable inside the main method. So this local variable, we don't have to use the object so as to access them, whereas the instance variable, they need an object to access. So this all instance variable are accessed through what? Through the x1 object. x1 dot s dot b dot a. We can modify the value I have what I have assigned right there. So it's all about today's lesson. As usual, we do have a self-check exercise. So let me show you what you're going to do. Write a Java program named rectangle and declare two integer variables as length and width, and calculate the area perimeter of rectangle and display the result as follows. So we're going to declare two variables, length and width, and we're going to calculate the area of that rectangle and the perimeter of that rectangle. So today we have seen data type in Java program. We have seen how we're going to utilize date variables in Java programming, and we have seen how to use the keywords, and we have seen the identifiers. And finally, we have written the Java program together. If you get this video interesting, share it to your colleagues so they will going to get additional information regarding to the Java programming. Thanks for staying with me till the end of the video. Bye-bye till I get you with another new video.